Right then, this is a quick walk around video from absolutely lovely Honda Civic. This is a 1.6 SR Tourer, or Estate in any other language. Car's got just 45,000 miles. It's the facelift model. It's also got the exterior extensions on the rear bumper there, which look lovely on the car. The black side garnishes as well. Black alloys, looks absolutely stunning. It really is in beautiful condition as well. Go around the car for you. Front of the car, nice and clean. Lights and lenses clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation there. Bonnet is very, very clean indeed. And stone chips are going to be minuscule. The inside of the car, lovely and smooth in the flanks. Such a good looking estate car this. Front alloy generally very good, any curbing minor indeed. Rear alloy again very nice. Always love the angle. I've maintained this is its best form in the Civic, which is rare for a car to be the best looking in the state, but it does look fantastic. You see there the rear bumper extensions. That's all very, very, very clean. And to the offside, driver side of the car, again, mirror smooth down there. Absolutely wonderfully clean. Inside alloy, side very good. The remaining panels are lovely. Offside alloy is always slightly better than the near side ones, just because they're further away from the curb. And these are no different in that respect. But that is in very nice condition for a 9-year-old car. Let's come to the back of the car. Absolutely cavernous boot area. Got a dual level floor. We've also got the finish inside is absolutely beautiful as well. It's coming to the back now, and this is where the kids sit, which means quite often you can get them back on one of these and they can be quite heavily worn. Nothing to do with build quality, just kids basically. And yet the leather work and everything back here is in superb condition really. Coming from the passenger side, again very clean and tidy. Passenger seat there, hardly been sat on. And you come to the driver's door, again very clean. Footwell areas as well. There is a full set of original Honda mats, which I've neglected to put in for the video, but they do come with the car. So we're inside the car now. Engine's running as always, so dash is illuminated. Dashboard looks in beautiful condition, and the best interior by a mile in this class. Sat nav, as you can see, working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse. You've got the rear parking camera, which complements the front and rear parking sensors. Coming down, just been kept in absolutely fantastic condition. And come to the main dash binnacle, and that is the view you get as a driver. It is absolutely stunning. It just works beautifully. Engine running. There are no warning lights on whilst the engine's in operation. And just pan over here for you. Hopefully you can see 45,932 miles. But it is a very, very special car, this one. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.6 SR Tourer. It's a diesel, of course. Car is registered GU15BND, and mileage at the start of the road test just 45,932. The reason we do these videos, and especially this bit, the road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see that very car in operation. The reason we feel it's important is simply because far too many people, we've been to see cars where they've looked perfectly good in photographs or a description, but only to get there and find out it's got an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car, which can be hugely frustrating if you've travelled a long way. We also do it on these generally very quiet country roads. It's a beautiful part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself if you went on a drive on the car. Hopefully a little bit quicker than this. Coming to the car, turn the key, engine starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. And temperature gauge running as a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda car. The engines are superb, diesel engines, they really are. It's got all of the qualities you'd expect of a Honda, with just good, decent, regular servicing. The engines go on for huge mileages and very reliably. They're cam chain driven, so there's no cam belts to worry about on them. But it's also just a lovely engine to use. It's smooth, it's quiet, it's flexible, and very, very economical. I've owned loads of these over the years. Even my shorter trips, I'll be up and around 60 to the gallon. On longer trips, I can be over 70. But you know, I've got customers who just do pure town driving. It might be sort of around 50. But you know, a mix of driving will reward you with very, very good economy. And of course, road tax is, I think it's only about 10 or 20 pounds on the car, so it's next to nothing. The engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. The clutch in the car, absolutely perfect. Bite point, exactly where it's meant to be. And it's nice and smooth in operation. And the gearbox, another brilliant Honda gearbox. 6-speed manual. Like most front wheel drive cars, the gear lever is actually joined to the gearbox by cables. Unfortunately, on some cars that means that you end up with a horrible, lifeless, vague gear change. So that's just the parking sensors picking up on the verge, by the way. This is the opposite of that. It feels like it's going straight into the gearbox below, which it isn't, of course. But it feels mechanical, it feels precise, beautifully weighted, as you can feel the gears engage. It's just a beautifully done gearbox that you enjoy using rather than kind of having to use it. And it feels exactly like it would have done when it was new. There's just zero wear in it. Coming onto the steering and chassis of the car, always been one of my favourite parts of these cars, just because it's one of the very, very few cars out there, and there's only a handful. There are a couple of other makes, which I think the Ford Focus particularly is very nice in this regard, and the Golfs are quite good, but they're not as dynamic. Basically, you know, these are family cars, so if you just want to buy it to be a smooth, comfortable, reliable, spacious estate car, it does that absolutely brilliantly. It's very comfortable, the ride's compliant. You've also got, by the way, on the top of the range cars, the high spec cars like this one, a little button down here where you can change the settings on the rear suspension. Currently I'm in comfort mode because I'm old and creaky. I press the button there, I go into dynamic and it firms it up, then press it again into normal and kind of halfway house, and then back to comfort again. It's a nice feature, but it really does make the car feel more sort of capable of dealing with imperfections on the road. Flip side to the car is that for those that still enjoy their driving, and I'm certainly one of those, it's a car that actually does reward. It's got a dynamic edge to it. The steering's beautifully weighted, it's precise, accurate. It also tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. But when you do go through corners like the one up here, carry a bit more speed in, hardly any turn on the wheel. You pick your point in the corner, it goes exactly where you want it to go. No fluster, no dramas, and just a thoroughly enjoyable car to drive. It's very hard to achieve that on a car. You need to get, you know, the comfort and the precision, and Honda have mastered it. Incidentally, absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath the car. It's all in very good order. Brakes on the car are excellent, really good brakes on the car. Powerful, no vibrations or pulsing coming back through the brake pedals, so all in fine order. And then we come to the interior. I've driven lots of cars over the years, you know, some of the prestige brands apparently, you know, which are lauded by the motoring press when they're new, and I stress when they're new, for being, you know, solid, heavily built cars. And then you get into them after 10 years or so, and those same cars can creak, rattle, groan, especially estate cars. And yet this, no squeaks, no rattles, nothing at all from the interior. Beautifully put together and designed to last a long time. And that's real build quality in my eyes, at least anyway. It's in lovely condition in here, but the star of the show for me is this dash design. I just think it's absolutely brilliant, and I know, I readily admit, it's, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I just love this interior, but it is a Marmite interior. You like it or you don't, as simple as that. What is unarguable is the fact that it works brilliantly well ergonomically. You know, that's the whole point of the design. Actually, it's not just to make it look, good, funky in your eyes. You know, so basically, the most conventional part, this center stack, very simple and easy to use. You got your nice Garmin-based sat-nav systems, dead easy to use. Below that, you got a dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures side to side if you really wish. Also pumps out lovely cold air, by the way. All of the switchgear has that trademark high quality, precise, damped feel to everything you press, prod or otherwise. Honda do this kind of thing brilliantly well. But in my eyes, the best bit is this directly in front of me that I'm looking at. The upper deck is the stuff that Honda put the information you're going to look at most regularly. You've got an information display panel there with like trip information, various bits and bobs. You can configure it how you like, actually. But if you do change things like radio settings or let's say the fan speed, then you get a small display down here, but a much bigger one comes up higher up on the dash. It just means it's much easier to sort of take that information in when you're on the move. But the one that everyone should look at the most regularly, of course, is your speed. And there it is, all by itself, white on black dials. Looks absolutely, I can look at cars coming the other way, pedestrians, cyclists, whatever happens to be, but I can see the speed I'm doing at all times without taking my eyes off the road. And I think that's simply genius, I really do. Down below that, more conventional pod of dials. You've got your rev counter in the middle, flanked either side by your temperature and fuel gauges. That is lovely. Steering wheel, leather bound, feels great in hand. The rest of the interior is in lovely condition as well. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it literally is just to show it's operating, feedback on any obvious issues. There's nothing. It drives absolutely beautifully, and a timely reminder as to why these are such good cars.